Hi, my name is Edie John. I'm a founder of travel fintech marketplace called Safari Wallet, as well as Place Listed and other few businesses. Just to share a bit of what I think it's an experience as among the founders within the Tanzanian ecosystem. I think a Sahara Sparks event. It's just one platform or among the platform that at some point they've actually created change or add sort of an impact for startup founders like myself and others within the Tanzanian ecosystem. I think for the past 10 years, as a witness as well, even attending the first Sahara Sparks, it was actually among the opportunities that some of us we heard by just being given that opportunity to stand on stage and for the first time trying to give up your pitch just to either for validation of your idea or hearing what investors or possible investors think about, and if your business is something that is actually interesting or solving a particular problem. I think for me, I'd say sitting down today and reflecting is actually a decade. It tells me that I've grown up all as well. So I think I'm happy to be part of the Sahara Spark this year, attending and discussing and sharing insights, as well as possibly answering questions, because I do believe a number of youth and founders, whether it's female founders or male founders, the upcoming ones, they have a lot of questions if possible. Few things to learn from the ecosystem itself, me being part of the ecosystem. So I think it's an opportunity. I've seen number of events by Sahara from the second, 5th, 7th to now expecting to see what's going to be like on the 10th. So yeah, 10 years is actually a long time, to be honest. Imagine you're starting something at your possibly mid-20s, or you are on your 20s and you try to do something that possibly you don't even understand what you're doing. An idea where when I looked to the ecosystem back then, places like Buni, I remember DTVI, Dr. Mula and others, as well as the Caustic and Commission of Science and Technology, its contribution to actually make sure that we have a place to sit and meet like-minded people, right? I think it's something that when I look back today, where I do not have to do a day walk to Buni and then sit, try to find co-founders, tech founders and all that. It was really early, for our ecosystem. So some of us, for example, you try to change the notion of travel by empowering local Tanzanians and Africans to travel, and you are in a space where they do not really possibly understand what it is to travel. And then you have to wait and keep building, keep failing, wake up in the morning again and try to actually try to work through that particular mission and vision. If you ask me today to sit down and write like a decade diary about the journey and the part, events like Sahara Spark, the HDIF Innovation Week, and today we've got programs like Funguo, Pesatech, and we've seen not only that, even hubs coming up. There was no, by then, I think there was only Buni, there was no Innovate, there was no, what do we call today, I think Smart Cords and the rest. So if you really look on the impact of 10 years, I think it's collectively, it actually includes at least everyone. And I would definitely be happy not to speak about myself, but rather what I've also witnessed and seen in the changes that came up along. But for me, I think it's an exciting journey, and I do believe that I'm lucky actually being part of it. And kudos to the Sahara team, I think, for holding it up, because at some point I do believe, maybe at some point you guys thought of closing it down and probably putting the event on the bin and then move forward and do other things. But it takes a lion heart to actually running on the savannah or the Sahara savannah in the way that you guys have done it.